Hi, my name is Microsoft Purview. So I'll just quickly log on to the portal and take it from there. Okay, I'm logged on to the portal. So Microsoft Purview Data Governance has two solutions in the Microsoft Purview portal: Data Map and Unified Catalog. These solutions are tenant organization level permissions. These solutions use tenant or the organization level permissions, existing data access permissions and domain collection permissions to provide user access to governance tools and data assets. Now these kinds of permissions available to us depends upon the Microsoft Purview account type. Right, so if you go to the settings tab, there you'll see account and account type. My account type is free because this is a lab tenant. Okay. Now if you have an enterprise account, then you will have domain and collection permissions, you will have unified catalog permissions. But if you have free account, you will have to use tenant organization permissions or data access permissions. So tenant or the organization permissions are assigned at the organization level. They provide general and administrative permissions. When you have domain and collection permissions which are available in enterprise, they are permissions in the Microsoft Purview data map that grant access to data assets in the Microsoft Purview. And for more information about permissions based on account type, you can see the guides on Microsoft documentation for free or enterprise account type. There are some tenant level role groups. So as I've shown you in some of my previous videos as well about the role groups and how you can add a user to the built-in role group to grant the permission. Like you can use a Purview administrator role group, which is available there, or you can use data source administrators or data governance administrators, right? And very easily you can assign permissions by editing a role group and selecting the user from your tenant and then adding that user into that role group. Then there are unified catalog permissions. This also uses 3 levels of permissions to allow user to access informations. This is data governance, catalog level permissions, and governance domain level permissions. Okay. When you talk about catalog level permissions, the reason I'm discussing permissions because when you get started to work with data governance, you have to start with the roles and permissions. Then you have to see the data governance option on the portal. Then you should know about the billing model that is available, and then other features as well, like unified catalog, data map, governance, private endpoints, and the classic governance portal resources that are available. Okay, so we'll try to cover as much as we could from these options. Okay, now when we talk about catalog level permissions, these are the permissions that are assigned on unified catalog itself. Okay, and provide only high level access. These are governance domain creator, data health owner, or data health reader. Now if you go to settings, you see the option as solution settings. This is the solution settings, and you see the unified catalog. When you click on unified catalog, you select roles and permissions. You need permissions to access this, right? Then there are governance domain level permissions. Governance domain permissions provide access with the specific governance domain and should be granted to data experts and business users to read and manage objects. They are governance domain owner, governance domain reader, data steward, data product owner, data catalog reader, data quality steward, so on and so forth. How to assign the governance domain roles? So under unified catalog, there is an option called governance domains. Here you can add the permissions. I may not see because I don't have access and the license to do that. The permissions to search the full unified catalog should also be intact. Alright, I gave all the permissions to my ID to make sure that I see most of the options. So now if I check and see the unified catalog, I still don't have access. And if I check on this option, unified catalog here, and discovery, data products, okay, I see a little bit more than I was seeing yesterday. You don't have permissions to access this. Microsoft Purview, data governance, business domain, read. Okay, let's see what it does. And if I check the documentation here and look for read, but I gave all of these permissions. Purview administration, but I did not give read permissions. Read permissions, data health owner, governance domain, data health reader can read artifacts in health management, but I am governance domains permissions, right? So data governance rules, governance domains in Microsoft Purview. And if I see the permissions tab here, and after you set up every permission on the tenant or on the application level, then you have to take the technical steps to get started building your data governance solution in Microsoft Purview. In this, we will integrate data governance with the day-to-day business operations, leveraging the Microsoft Purview data map and the existing data experts. We will not only harness the value of the data, but to integrate data governance into different teams' flow. And you have to make sure that for strategic best practices, you need to also check out Unified Catalog Best Practices article on the Microsoft documentation. Now, there are some prerequisites. You need to have a Microsoft Purview Enterprise instance, either by upgrading an existing account to the new experience. I have a free tier, as you can see, and upgrading from the free version of Microsoft Purview to Enterprise. Now, you have to have data sources registered and scanned in Microsoft Purview. So, for the basic setup, you need to have the data governance admin role, and as a data governance admin, you will delegate the first level of access for Microsoft Purview Unified Catalog users. So what is a governance domain? Like you see here under Unified Catalog, under catalog management, you see governance domains. So the governance domain is a boundary that enables the common governance, ownership and discovery of data products and business concepts like glossary terms and OKRs. The goal is to empower a governance domain owner to manage their data products and establish rules for their access, usage and distribution. Governance domains can be aligned per the following examples: corporate business areas like human resource, sales, finance; overarching subject areas like product parties; regulatory domains like SOX, PCI; boundaries based on organizational functions, right? And then a data product, what you see here, is a set of data assets such as tables, files, PBI reports, etc., which is an offering to an enterprise that provides assets with proper use cases to be shared to data consumers. A governance domain can house many data products, but a data product is managed by single governance domains. You need to have specified the task of assigning users to the data governance admin role, assign users the data governance creator role, create at least one governance domain, assign at least one governance domain owner, and then build data products. For that also you need to assign accesses so that one can build data products. You have to make sure that you have your data and business concepts connected. Like what is glossary terms? What are OKRs, like objective key results? What are health management actions, right? So on and so forth. So the one-liner is glossary terms provide vocabulary for business users. These terms allow users to discover and work with data in the vocabulary that is familiar to them versus abstract technical terminology. Then we have OKRs, which are the goals or desired outcome of our governance domain. For example, 10% rise in sales or 3% reduction in support cases. And these objectives should relate to everything an organization does, right? And how they are achieving their outcomes. Then you have health management actions, which give you and your users steps to improve data health and governance across data estate. And through this, what you do, you improve data quality and remove data issues. You create data quality rules, you do data profiling, which is the process of examining the data available in your data sources and collecting statistics and information and assessing the quality level of the data according to a defined set of goals. All right. Then there is a billing model associated with it. We have unified catalog solution pricing. You have unified catalog pricing concepts. You have unified catalog billing consent, and you have a unified catalog. Every other question answered on the Microsoft documentation. So be aware of the Microsoft Purview data governance, generally available pricing, right? And also make sure that you are aware of the pricing concepts. Okay, after that we have a unified catalog, more discussions about a data map, the catalog setup, how you govern your federated state, how you manage your health of the data, how you master data management, and then data map, governance, private endpoints, classic governance, portal resources. I'll try to cover all those topics as well, but I hope this was informative to all of you. If you have any further queries, please mention them in the comment section, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you. Have a good day.